So, okay, so those of you that know me a long time know that I used to wear glasses all the time, and now, right now I cannot see y'all. Now I can, surgery, and I used to be nearsighted, now I'm farsighted. So, obviously I got my pages of the script out of order, for which I apologize, Whitney. So, at this point in time, I'd like to bring Jerry Howler to introduce Whitney.
Thank you. Morning. As Whitney's dad, I'm very proud this morning to be able to introduce her as an inductee to the Hall of Fame for Harrison. And if you haven't figured it out yet, it's Whitney Wardlaw, not Whitney Howard. Whitney is married now to Matt Wardlaw, who's one of the inductees for the 2004. So we're here for two reasons. Whitney played varsity fast pitch softball as a starter all 4 years while she was at Harrison, both as a pitcher and first base, under coaches Oglesby and Sanchez, who have both gone on, but she had a great relationship with both of them, as did Wanda and I, who did a lot of work on the field that was built while we were here. She initially began practicing and playing at the Lost Mountain Complex, and then the county purchased the property across the street, built Clapham Field, so her class was fortunate enough to be one of the first to go and play over there, and it's a great facility. Whit played first base and pitcher during her career at Harrison and helped her team to state tournament all 4 years, and was recognized at the Ball County Honors every year, and also a first team All-State player in 2004. She was a dedicated scholar and athlete while she was here, also earning the privilege to be the valedictorian of her graduating class. Whitney accepted a full ride scholarship to Georgia Tech during her junior year and received a presidential scholarship as well at Tech. That one she took advantage of during one summer and went on summer studies in Australia. At Tech, Whitney played as a 4-year starter at first base and was a relief pitcher during her freshman year. At Tech, she was best known for her hitting. That's where she set most records. She set a number of school and ACC records and still holds a career home run record for the ACC. And in 2006, she was Rookie of the Year and then a first-team All-American in 2009. Whitney earned her BS degree in 4 years at Georgia Tech in industrial engineering, and then went on with the benefit of a continuing ACC scholarship as well as an internship to get a master's degree in medical systems. The internship was at Wellstar Hospital in Paulding County, where after graduating she went to work full-time as a process engineer. And while at Wellstar, she went back to school again and began to think she was going to be a professional student. She went back to Kennesaw State and got an MBA. After several years of working at Wellstar, Whitney moved on and went into work as a consultant in medical IT and revenue cycle, which is what she does today. Through all these experiences, Whit benefited from the lessons learned in both athletics and the classroom at Harrison. She was very fortunate to have some great coaches and great teachers while she was here at Harrison. She learned leadership, commitment, self-discipline, time management, and an unrelenting work ethic, whether work or athletics, either one. Softball also gave she and I a vehicle, which I'm thankful for, to maintain a strong relationship as she grew. Because sometimes it's tough for a father and a daughter to relate. Well, that gave us a good vehicle for it. I can't tell you how many hours we spent pitching lessons, hitting lessons, and practice, both at the backyard and in batting cages. Despite the fact that she no longer plays softball, she's carried forward the drive and the pursuit of winning that she's always had into a new challenge, which is competitive CrossFit. Honestly, she's probably in the best shape she's ever been in her life. I truly believe that Whitney is an excellent example for others at Harrison of things that a student athlete should strive for. And on behalf of her mother and myself, I'd like to introduce Whitney Howler as an inductee to the Harrison Hall.
close their eyes. Don't be shy. I want everybody to close their eyes. Picture this. You are an incoming high school freshman, full of doubt in yourself, insecurities, and butterflies the size of Texas. School hasn't started yet, but your biggest test to date is already here. High school sports tryouts. You walk up with your gear to the field, and it's full of athletes chatting, laughing, and getting ready to show their stuff. The team has just come off the most successful season to date with a state championship and a returning roster full of studs. You have grown up watching these girls play, and they are your heroes, your idols. You are 14 years old and walking into a dugout full of 18-year-olds who are confident in themselves and their abilities and familiar with the Harrison High School system. Holy cow, are you sweating yet? No freshman has ever made the varsity team, so you know you have no chance of making it to that level until at least next year. JV, okay, let's just focus on that. You are lined up with these big-time athletes, fielding ground balls, running bases, taking batting practice, and trying to maintain your composure. You're doing well. Your nerves are giving you adrenaline, and you're riding that for all it's worth, just trying to fit in. 3 days of grueling tryouts later, the moment comes. The rosters are posted, and you walk up to find your name. You scan the list of JV players, and you don't see your name. Your heart plummets to your shoes, and tears start to come to your eyes. You have played this sport since you were 4 years old. To end up here, you hang your head and turn away to a huge hug from one of your friends. Congratulations! You must be pumped. Huh? You turn back in confusion to look again, and you see your name, the lone freshman, on the varsity roster. Little do you know, that's a life-changing moment, and that will affect you for the next 8 years of your life and beyond. Okay, you can open your eyes. It's a dramatic story, I know. But that was my first experience with Harrison High School. I was a scared and timid freshman that made the varsity team with studs like the Williams twins, Missy Hobby, and many others that had been on the state championship the year before. Coach Oglesby, little though she is an intimidating lady, and she ran a tight ship. I was nervous, but I was determined to work my butt off to contribute in some way to that team. I never expected to play, but I wanted to be a great team player. I ended up starting every game at first base that year, and my season surpassed everyone's expectations. We went to the state championship that year and lost, but it was truly one of my best softball career memories of my life. It was so much fun, and I'll never be able to go back to that moment. It was an indescribable moment. But that year, a seed was planted in me that I'll never forget. To never put a ceiling on yourself, and never limit yourself to what you think you're capable of. My experience on that first team at Harrison gave me confidence in myself that I'll always attribute to that phenomenal coaching and the team that I had. As I grew older and continued through the program, I learned how to push myself to be the best that I could be. But I also learned another valuable lesson that served me well later in my career, and that was how to lead. I prided myself on setting a good example both on the field and in the classroom for the younger girls. And I tried to carry on the Harrison tradition of sportsmanship and grace until my senior year. Those 4 years were full of so many amazing memories, and I always smile when I think back. My success at Georgia Tech was largely attributed to many things that I learned while at Harrison. I went in with confidence in my abilities, especially around bigger, stronger, and older athletes. But I was a pretty big girl, as you can see. I went in with faith in my work ethic, and I logged so many hours on the field and in the weight room to make myself better. And I went in with a strong sense of self. I knew who I wanted to be, and nothing was going to get in my way. And that's really key to being a successful collegiate athlete. Those were all things that I learned at Harrison, and they set me up for success at Georgia Tech, both athletically and academically. To close, I just want to thank everyone here and everyone in my past at Harrison that helped me become the woman that I am today. Coach Oglesby, Sanchez, and Perkle, although they're not here, are all successful individually because of their talents and because of their careers here as well. Mr. Riggers came to our games, and I want to thank him for his support, both academically and athletically. I want to thank the administration and other coaches for creating an environment of positive encouragement and confidence for everyone that plays sports at this school. I want to thank my husband, Matt. He was already gone when I was a freshman, so he can't take any credit whatsoever. But his support now and pride in my accomplishments at Harrison and Georgia Tech are amazing. I absolutely love going to batting cages with him and seeing him light up when I hit, and bragging about my records to all the grown men lining the cage. Thanks, babe. And finally, I want to thank my parents. My dad and I logged so many hours practicing and going to lessons, and now in my adult life, I recognize and appreciate even more the sacrifice that he made to go to work and work long hours and still be 100% there for me in all of my goals. My mom gave up her career to support me and be there for every game, and that sacrifice never went unnoticed. She always had food ready to take in the car, clothes packed and ready to go, and was my shoulder to cry on if I had a rough game. She was always my #1 fan. There are no better parents in the world, and I'm blessed they are mine. My career was successful because of you. This Hall of Fame recognition means more to me than you know, and I thank you for choosing me to represent Harrison with such an elite group. I'm honored. Thank you.
So, Whitney, I had the